Hello, my name is Fiona, and I'm a certified teacher and a Praxis coach with Study.com. Are you preparing to take the Praxis Middle School Social Studies Test 5089? These practice questions cover the subtopic of United States history. Let's review some of the types of questions you may encounter on the exam. Let's get started. Problem number 1. Which of the following acts was instrumental in transforming labor relations in the United States? The Morrill Act, the Lend-Lease Act, the Homestead Act, or the Wagner Act? And we're looking for an act that deals with labor relations. So let's review each one. The Morrill Act made it possible for states to create public colleges with funding from the development or sale of federal land grants. So that doesn't fit. The Lend-Lease Act. This set up an arrangement whereby the United States could lend or lease war supplies to other countries if it was determined that this was vital to the defense of the United States. This doesn't fit either. The Homestead Act from 1862 was signed by President Lincoln and gave citizens or future citizens 160 acres of land. This has nothing to do with labor either. So finally, we're at the Wagner Act. The Wagner Act was signed by President Roosevelt in 1935 and created the National Labor Relations Board. So this indeed is going to be our answer. Problem number 2. The writing and adoption of the United States Constitution was primarily motivated by the desire for stronger state governments, dissatisfaction with the Articles of Confederation, the need to protect against foreign invasions, or the need to replace the Declaration of Independence. Now let's look at the history. The Declaration of Independence was written in 1776, while the Articles of Confederation were adopted in 1777 by the Continental Congress as the first Constitution of the United States. However, glaring weaknesses became evident. There was neither respect nor support from the state governments as they were keen to hold on to power. And the national government had no ability to raise funds, control trade, engage in foreign policy, or impose taxes without the states voluntarily agreeing. As such, a new model was required. One purpose for drafting the Constitution in 1787-1788 was to create a government with enough power to act on a national level. The Constitution was written so that power at the national level did not compromise fundamental rights. So let's go through the answers again. I think right off the bat, we can cross out the need to replace the Declaration of Independence, as that's what the Articles of Confederation did. The need to protect against foreign invasions. There's nothing about that in here, so we're going to cross that out as well. The desire for stronger state governments. Now, that was one of the problems with the Articles of Confederation, was that the states held too much power and limited the ability for the federal government to act in many ways. So that is not the case either. Finally, we have dissatisfaction with the Articles of Confederation. And of course, that is the answer, because the main purpose of writing the Constitution was because of the weaknesses in the Articles of Confederation. So this is the correct answer. Problem number 3. The Great Migration refers to which of the following American demographic movements? European immigrants leaving the United States, Southern African Americans relocating to northern states, the expansion of America westward, or Asian immigrants coming to the United States. The Great Migration lasted approximately from the 1910s to the 1970s and was one of the most substantial movements of peoples in American history. About 6 million Black people moved from the south of the United States to northern, midwestern, and western states. So we know the answer here is Southern African Americans relocating to northern states. But let's look at the other three. European immigrants leaving the United States. This has never happened in substantial numbers. The expansion of America westward. With the Homestead Act of 1862, it brought hundreds of thousands of people to the West, but this is a smaller number than the Great Migration, so it's less substantial. And finally, Asian Americans coming to the United States. The initial immigration of substantial numbers of peoples from the Asian continent to the continental United States, mainly the West Coast, took place during the gold rush in California beginning in the 1850s. And again, while there were high numbers, it wasn't in the millions, so that wouldn't have been the answer. Clearly, Southern African Americans relocating to northern states. Problem number 4. Cesar Chavez was best known for his efforts to improve conditions for Native American tribes, American factory workers, migrant farm workers, or African American students. Cesar Chavez was the leader of the first successful agricultural workers' union in the United States history for more than 3 decades. Through his hard work and dedication, he was able to bring dignity, respect, pension benefits, medical coverage, fair wages, and humane living conditions to hundreds of thousands of agricultural workers. So Native American tribes are not farm workers, American factory workers, no. African American students, no. Migrant farm workers is the correct answer here. I do hope I was able to answer your questions so that you now have a better understanding of the topics you can expect to find on the test. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so that with Study.com's help, you will feel confident and prepared on exam day. Bye for now.